Hello, my dear friends. Thank you so much for your time. Today, breaking brain and pitch your ideas better. Perhaps you remember this movie, Back to the Future, 1985. I guess you guys aren't ready for that yet, but your kids are gonna love it. Perhaps you are a scientist, perhaps you are a crazy scientist, or maybe you are just a human. No matter. You need to know how to pitch your ideas better. It's my first part today. Second part. He's a teacher. He's a writer. He's Juan Carlos from Costa Rica. Please stay with us and I promise a really good interview. Thank you and see you. We can pitch our ideas better by using the magic of visual storytelling. You can ask, what for? Because visual amplify your story. Still, your story needs to be front and center. By using visuals, you can easier give your audience answer. Why should your audience care? And for example, you can use magic SCCR. What is meaning? Setting, character, conflict, resolution. Setting gives your audience context, visual, data, verbal. Characters humanize your story and add emotional context. Conflict. What for? Is healthy tension. It's create a why for your audience. Last part. Resolution. Reveals your solution, ideas, next step. Right now, this mental bridge. Mental bridge takes you from why to how. Mental bridges are big ideas. The one thing you want your audience to remember. Okay, right now just open the last deck you built and identify the building blocks. Did you miss any? If you need to find inspiration, remember, write headlines, not headings. Classify your content in buckets, primary, secondary, etc. Bring your story to life with visuals, diagrams, shapes, data, videos, photos, pictures, whatever you need, and step into your audience's shoes. Do you dream of the best elevator pitch? Your elevator pitch is incredibly important. Your level of engagement increases your memorability and impact. An elevator pitch is your introduction, is your brief introduction of what you do and who you are. And it's the basis of your first impression. Your first impression directly correlates to what people think of you. And what next? Show your hands as much as possible. Show your palms. Use the hand gesture. Show your authenticity. Try to explain your concept both verbally and non-verbally. Remember, open torso, hand movement, more energy in voice tone, and generally use more energy, more passion. But you aren't like the Duracell bunny. Okay, right now, the second part. The interview with Juanca from Costa Rica. He's a teacher, he's a writer, he's supporter for people who try to do something new in business, in science, whatever you want. Please, meet my friend Juanca. Hello, my dear Breaking Brain, and today my special guest from Costa Rica. He adores books, he adores students, he adores sharing knowledge. Meet my friend Juanca from Costa Rica. Juanca, how are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you, Basha. It's a pleasure to be here and thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you for your time. And first question, if you could recommend it, only one book for your students to read, which book do you choose?
It's a good one. I have to think about a little bit, but I would say Seven Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. It's a life-changing book because it's about knowing yourself and try to be more effective, as the title proposes. But more important is knowing yourself, knowing that in some topics you can manage yourself in order to improve, and in others not, and you have to accept. So that's very simple message, but in a book he uses a lot of examples, he uses a lot of principles, and well, I would suggest everyone need to read that book.
Okay, thank you. And second question, do you rethink essential skills to teach students in 2021 and beyond? I ask about this because, last year is completely different if we think about teaching, learning, and everything. We have more connection only with video call. And how you feel with this new things and what you want to share with your students right now?
Yes, well, this year and the last year, we have been in the middle of the pandemic, and of course, education had to change. And well, I would say in my case, I try to take advantage of the opportunities and try to minimize the threats or the not good things. For example, in this kind of option, virtual option, is convenient when you need to do, for example, individual job, and you can do off real time this kind of personal homework or personal task. And but we talk about group um, work is more challenging, is more difficult. So in my approach to my classes, and my suggestion for everyone is trying to take advantage of the opportunities, like using internet, using information, using Google, using any kind of source of information, and trying to manage the negative effects. For example, try to manage your agenda, trying to manage your screen time, try to increase, for example, your offline hobbies, doing exercises, trying to use good habit health, because at the end of the day, we have to continue working, we have to continue studying. And well, this is one of the topics that, according to the book that I suggest, we cannot control. So we have to try to adapt. And I think human being is very good when we talk about adaptation. So it's our personal challenge, trying to see what kind of advantage I can take for this environment and how can I decrease the negative effects. And it's like kind of personal strategy.
Yes, I completely agree. And next question. If you need to talk about core values for education, I don't know, three or maybe five, which values do you choose?
Well, it's a good question. And I would say it's not only for education, I would say it's for our personal life. And the first one, and I use the words of our I would not say friend, but our admired author, Yuval Harari, and he recommends, and I completely agree, is very important knowing yourself. And in these days, and related with my previous response, knowing ourselves is important, is crucial, because now we have a lot of influences, we have a lot of technology, a lot of kind of manipulation in the social media. So it's very important to know ourselves. And I would say that's a principle not only for the education, for our personal life. Number two, I would say, is learning how to forget and how to learn new things, because the knowledge change every day. Every day we have new technologies, new knowledge, new tools, new methodologies in any domain. You can be doctor like our friend Tanya. You can be personal investor like Ayan, or you can be a teacher like me, or you can be an entrepreneur like you. In every domain, we need to learn new things. So my second principle is we have to learn how to forget the old things that we do and how to incorporate new knowledge. And that's important in any domain. The number three, I would say, and I believe in balance, and is one of the messages of Stephen Covey. Trying to balance your life. Is not everything is only working. Not everything could be only fun. We need balance between our job, between our personal life, our family, our friends. These days, it's more challenging because we have this restriction, but well, that could be an opportunity for being in contact with that part of the friends that you cannot be in real face-to-face contact. And I think we have a very beautiful example. When we talk in our group weekends, or when you and I talk in our weekly conversations, well, that's an opportunity, and that's part of the balance. So trying to put in balance your personal life, your academic life, your friends, your family, your hobbies, your own knowledge. That is very difficult. I know is super easy to talk about, and it's not easy to manage. Every day we have job, we have problems, we have stress, we have requirements of our governments, of our companies, our bosses. But I think that's part of the successful in our life, when we can, or when we are able to put in balance all these kind of aspects. So knowing yourself, learning how to forget and to learn new things, and try to keep the balance. I would say it's the three principles, and I don't want to use. So I think top three principles is enough.
Yes, exactly. Thank you so much. And last question. If you could interview a famous person, or maybe not famous person, who would you choose?
Well, I don't know exactly if a person, probably I was thinking about this, and that was the more difficult for me. And I don't have a answer. I would say I will love to travel, time traveling, have the opportunity to going to different moments in the history. And actually, probably that's the part of the reason that I love reading for hobby. I love reading historic novel fiction, because it's a kind of way for travel to the past. In this moment, I'm reading a book settled in the prehistoric phase, or in when Homo sapiens was in word with Netherlands, is the name? Netherlands, one of these situations. But my response is, if I can choose, I will love to have a time traveling machine, and for visiting different places in different moments. And actually, I'm reading a book, the last book that Stephen Hawking published, and he's not sure if we can travel around the time. So could be a little possibility. Probably, maybe you and I, we're not going to see that, but according to this book, there are some kind of principles in quantics and in physics that in this moment is not possible, but we cannot say that in the future could be possible. So it's a very provocative book. It was the last previous to his death. And it was shocking for me, because it's super difficult to understand. I didn't understand most of the part of the book. At least I have some clear message. And one of them is that maybe in the future could be possible to try. And so that would be my dream.
Yes, I think generally people, human, are.
And if you think 100 years ago, when somebody told you, you can speak with a guy from Costa Rica in real time, washing the face, it's like science fiction. So
Exactly.
we can expect anything for the future.
Yes, exactly. Thank you so much for your time, for everyone who really enjoy conversation with Juanca. Juanca has own blog in Spanish, but maybe it's for you like challenge to learn Spanish. Why not? Juanca last month share with us a new book, and of course I add these links under my videos. If you want to check it, please just check. And I feel something about new ideas about business, about investors. It's maybe a good proposal, not only for entrepreneurs, for everyone's, because right now with this challenge like pandemia, we need to find new way how to survive. Thank you so much. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time and for your attention. And please remember, if you have a new idea, you should listen to your instincts and believe in yourself. It is okay to believe in yourself. Believe in yourself is the first step to anything great. I'm putting everything on you. I'm trusting you. Please, just remember. Thank you so much. Take care and stay safe.
All right.